High-quality chest compressions and rescue breaths are only part of what makes up high-performance CPR. A well-coordinated team approach with defined roles is just as important. Having a coordinated team approach allows for more efficiency in the care provided. Interruptions can be minimized or even eliminated. Fatigued providers can be relieved, and defibrillation can be provided earlier. There are defined roles to fill in a team approach. Each role plays an important part in the overall effort. Knowing a role and doing it well should be the focus of each team member. When 2 or more providers are available to perform high-performance CPR, the actions of compressing the chest and giving rescue breaths are best split between 2 providers. Once CPR is started, the sole focus of the compressor is to provide high-quality, minimally interrupted compressions until relieved by another provider. The rescue breather establishes and maintains an airway and performs rescue breaths in coordination with the compressor during CPR. The AED operator brings and quickly attaches defibrillation pads without interrupting CPR. He or she is also responsible for the efficient and safe delivery of defibrillation shocks. Together, the roles of compressor, rescue breather, and AED operator make up the primary functional part of a high-performance CPR team, with an AED operator typically positioned opposite of the compressor and the rescue breather positioned above the head. They form the high-performance CPR triangle. There are other essential roles for a high-performance approach. The team leader takes a general perspective to supervise and improve overall team performance.
Nice breath.
The team leader is also the main point of internal communication for the team.
EMS en route, ETA 5 minutes.
Copy.
And external communication to responding EMS providers. The compressor in waiting is someone identified ahead of time to switch with a compressor who has been performing compressions for a few minutes.
Analysis coming up. I'm going to have you 2 switch.
It is the goal of the compressor in waiting to effectively switch places in a manner that limits interruption of compressions.
Analyzing heart rhythm.
It is unlikely for an entire CPR team to show up at once when a sudden cardiac arrest has occurred. Typically, there is a graduated response as providers arrive over time. Regardless of the number of rescuers, all of the roles within high-performance CPR need to be addressed. It will likely be necessary for team members to take on multiple roles, especially early in a resuscitation effort. A team member should be able to fill or switch into any role as needed. Integrating an AED rapidly and smoothly into the CPR process is another important high-performance goal. The earlier defibrillation can be provided, the higher the chance for survival. High-performance CPR helps improve the chance of survival. But early defibrillation is the key to it. Never let CPR delay defibrillation. Attaching an AED should not interrupt the delivery of CPR. The AED operator should work around the compressor to bare the chest and attach the defibrillation pads. Treatment recommendations include minimizing the time between the last compression and the delivery of a defibrillation shock with an AED. They also recommend minimizing the time between delivering a shock and resuming chest compressions.
Analyzing heart rhythm.
CPR should only stop when an AED analysis begins.
Shock delivered.
CPR should immediately start again as soon as an AED shock is provided or no shock is indicated. Performing chest compressions is tiring. It is unlikely a provider can maintain high-quality compressions for more than a few minutes. Seamlessly switching compressors is essential for a high-performance approach. Before an AED is attached, compressors should switch about every 2 minutes. If a compressor is obviously tired, switch earlier. Switch compressors at the end of a CPR cycle while rescue breaths are being given. The compressor in waiting could be the rescue breather, or could be a separate team member waiting to help.
Do not touch the patient. Analyzing heart rhythm.
When an AED is attached, switch compressors during the time CPR is paused while the AED analyzes the heart. This typically occurs every 2 minutes.